evening, everybody, and welcome to the Abruzzi ANZCAR Cup here on my channel tonight, the wonderful Screezilla channel. I apologise for that. We've just had a few technical issues tonight, and basically just trying to get something to work to actually get it working tonight, and up and running. And this was pretty much our only option for tonight. So I hope you enjoy this one. Sorry about the slightly smaller graphics on there as well. So not your usual quality of graphics, but joining me up in the booth tonight is Dave Douglas. How you going, Dave?
Yeah, good, Carl. We're sort of going to wing it tonight, I suppose you could say, with this new graphics. So Carl's just come up with something in the background to keep the show on the road, you could say. But yeah, looking at these cars out the front here, or not out front, but all over the track, actually, matter of fact, very loose. So it would seem. I did some laps out there earlier, a bit of a practice, and yeah, the car seems to be very loose. So I'm not sure whether could be a bit of an update or something there. But of all tracks, Phoenix, yeah, not ideal place to be loose at. But I know Carl's going to work on getting some links out for the guys to tune into this one. But at the moment, we're just in a 10-minute warm-up practice period before we go racing. At the moment, Jason Martin is leading the times. Means very little at this point in time, but he's done a 26.7, and Mirko has actually jumped up there in a 26.9. Quali, I can't remember who got the pole in there, but there were some close times up the front there, but we'll be able to run through that grid once that loads up. But yeah, the guys are going to have their work cut out tonight. As you can see, Aiden just getting into the wall there on the exit. I think that's right, they're actually getting into the wall in the Mach 1 Auto Esports car there. You can see the Mitch car of the 31, Josh Mickelmore. He's got the 24 in front of him there with Hamish Galaga behind him. So, yeah, look, the boys are going to have their work cut out for them, and it's all going to be about throttle control tonight.
Yeah, that's it. Phoenix is one of those tracks where you need to have that throttle control absolutely set correctly. You just need everything working right, and it can be a tricky track to run on, can't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You've got the dog leg in the back there. Obviously, not the new configuration yet, whereas the dog leg's a start line in real life now. But yeah, tricky because there's not too much banking. But yeah, you're allowed to go down there and use all that track as much as you can, as long as you don't wreck anyone, basically.
Yeah, that's it. And not wrecking people is sometimes the hard bit. You can struggle sometimes when you do go across that dog leg. It's quite easy to lose the car when you do cut across there sometimes.
Yeah, it's because it flattens out and you just lose the bit of grip because the cars are actually set up for the banking. So yeah, it can get nice and slippery through there.
Yeah, that's it, and it really can
grip because
mess things up when it does get a little bit like that. But hopefully things will be okay out there tonight. As you said, there was the update recently as well, and that's going to change things quite a lot for people. There's been an update to the actual tracks to help with running on multiple lines as well.
Yeah, what I found straight out the box when I was just running some practice laps is that the cold tyre has a fair bit of an effect here. Like it's really loose in that first lap on your out lap and even your first fast lap. So yeah, look for possibly some early action on here in these first opening laps.
Yeah, that's it. Those cold tyres, they can really catch you out a little bit, and Phoenix is a bit notorious for that anyway, but with this latest update that's changed it. Another big change is also with the smoke effects. A lot of drivers I've heard talking about that over the radio, just because the smoke is so thick now when you spin. It can be quite tricky to actually see yourself as you're going through there.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed that too, and yeah, I've had comments made about that as well, which is good because it's real life, I guess, closer to the real thing. It's a bit thicker, you can't see, so I like that addition.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to have. So I'm going to start lining up here on the grid. So what I might get you to do, Dave, is to run through the starting order, please.
Yeah, certainly. So the pole man, Hamish Galaga in the 13. He will start out pole. We've got Michael Skurlock second, Edward Foster third, Jason Martin fourth, Neil Pearson fifth, Josh Mickelmore sixth, Josh Carroll Walden seventh, Denny G eighth, Chris Purnell ninth, Andrew Dyson in 10th. Then we got Hardican, Curtis, Damon Stockton, Aidan Schultz, Christopher Finlay 15th, Devon Stove, Luke Traher in 17th, Barry Neal, Reuben Phelps 19th, Adam Rosell is 20th, and from 20th back you got Stephen Williams, Priest, Urquio, Dutnak, Cade Donnelly, Gary Wellman, Tristan Koch, Justin Witcher, Greg Spencer, Norman Clark, 30th. From 30th onwards, we've got Phil Otto, 31st, Raymond Jaeger, 32, who's a little bit far down. Might have a bit of a bit of issues in quali. Scott Griffiths, 33, Matt Hunter, 34, Matty Raymond, 35, Liam Ford, 36, Paul Jackson, Aaron Dillon, Cam Galley in 39th, Ryan Ball 40th, and running out our tail of the field, we've got Peter Gardner 41st and Billy Hickey 42nd.
Yeah, an absolute bumper field out there as always for the Cup drivers. Good pole position for Hamish Galaga, Michael Scullock there on the outside as well. Good run for Foster and Jason Martin as well. They're going to be quite happy to be starting up there towards the top tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to get some cameras there before we go racing. But yeah, those boys, there's two Mitch cars up the front there again there. Jason Martin looking to have a good run.
Yeah, those Mitch boys have got a strong position up front. We've also got a couple of the drivers from other teams, but the green light will be going soon. The green flag is out, and we are starting our race here tonight at Phoenix. And we've got Michael Scuttle getting a great start there on the high line.
Yeah, big check up from, I'm not sure if it was Pearson or the 35 of JCW there, but a couple of guys got a bit squealy there, big concertina effect through the field there, but great start for the boys up front. Hamish Gallagher go down to the inside. Edward Foster follows him down there with Skurlock on the outside of the 13 here.
Yeah, Neil Pearson.
And we are yellow. Are we yellow? No, we're not yellow. Sorry, we're cars everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, there's cars all over the place at the moment. We're remaining green for the time being. A few people there just getting really loose there at the start though.
Yeah, so those cold tyres coming into effect, but Hamish has pulled out a nice little gap here. The front of the field's just spread out a little bit there. Nice gap between the cars there, as the 21 is looking to pressure the 53 out of turn 4. Look at all those cars back there. We're 3 wide off turn. Oh, that's going to be close. Very close on the inside there. These guys are doing well. Kate Donnelly's in there in the 40 right behind that, following his train up. Looks a bit wild out there, Carl.
It does indeed, yeah. Though from around about sort of 12 downwards, it is an absolute furball, isn't it? There are cars all over the place. It's a bit hard to know where to look exactly, and I do have to apologise a little bit, just as I don't have all the cars showing at the moment. Sorry about that. As I said, a little bit of an emergency stream to get things going, but we'll try and keep as much action on the screen as possible tonight.
Yeah, that's it, mate. We got what we got, so we're just going to run it, give these boys something. A bit of appreciation for the race that these boys put on tonight. Oh, we got one spinning. There we go.
Aiden
yeah.
Schultz has gone round and managed to catch that. Oh,
he's going to
get caught. He's.
Not sure if he towed there or not, but he disappeared. But geez, he was in the line for getting a T-bone there. That's unfortunate for Aiden. Early mistake early on here, but hopefully not too much damage and he can get that car going again.
Yeah, I think he's managed to get back underway there, but. Big moment there. That would have been a very deep breath there from Schultz, as pace car is out as we go onto caution for the first time tonight.
Yeah, look, I'm having a quick look now. I think he's going to get away with it. I can't see too much damage on that car at all, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I think he's going to survive that spin, which is miraculous because it was in front of a lot of cars there, especially through turn 1, this new smoke, but good driving, heads up driving from the guys behind him to avoid him there.
Yeah, good job just avoiding that incident, and yeah, it could have been much worse there. We'll try and jump back and have a little look at that.
Yeah, you can see he's just starts to lose the rear end there. He has one grab at it, gets it back, but then it keeps going on him further around. So good drive, whoever that was behind him in that green car. Great heads up job, and let's just find out who that was. That was Gary Wellman. So he just saw the 52 right across his screen, snuck through, did not make contact with the wall either. So well done to Gary Wellman keeping that car straight.
Yeah, good job for avoiding that impact, because that would have been a big one there. Dave, you'll have to shout at me when the caution comes out because my flags aren't showing on the screen, sorry. So again, fun of getting everything up and running on a shoestring budget with emergency features, but we will do our best to keep you informed of what's happening with the flags. Obviously, a few cars jumping into pit lane there as well. A couple of people jumping in there to sort of get some fresh tyres this early on in the race, or just top up a little bit of fuel, I suppose. Getting that little bit of extra fuel, getting sort of that little bit of extra on the car can be a good idea as this gets a bit longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're far enough back in the field, you're not going to go anywhere too quick. So you might as well take fuel. Just get on a bit of a different strategy. You never know. You might need that extra. Well, they've run 4 laps there, so you might have 4 extra laps on board, and it might be enough to get you home.
Yeah, that's it. It's sometimes just getting that little bit deeper in the stint can make a big difference as the pace car lights have gone out. So we'll be going back to green flag racing very shortly. It's going to be a tricky one out there tonight. As we said, there's been some changes to the way these cars drive as well tonight. That always throws you off a little bit. Phoenix is one of those tracks that is very hard to drive on in the first place. It's not the easiest of tracks to get one of these cup cars bolting around on. But when you have those changes to the cars, how much does it affect you when you jump in there for the first time?
Oh, it's a massive difference. But these guys have about 60 minutes of practice, and everyone's got the same thing. So we're about to take the green as Hamish Galaga goes and gets a good jump on this restart here, and fairly clean back through the field by the looks of it.
Yeah, good restart there. Edward Foster making a bit of a chase towards Skurlock there, trying to get down the inside, and he makes a good move there. Joshua Carroll, his former teammate, following him as well. You can see just coming right across the track there as much as possible too. He managed to slip there into that second position. We have got some very fast cars working their way up the field, and some cars that have been having some good weeks as well. Just want to mention Aiden Schultz getting the win in the ARCA series last night. On Tuesday night in the ARCA cars here at Phoenix. So he's got some form tonight. Hopefully he can bounce back from that moment earlier on. Luke Trahir as well, coming off the double in the truck.
Oh, we got one there with Pearson. He's in the inside fence hard with Josh Mickelmore down there.
Pearson and Mickelmore.
Yeah, that's a big incident because those guys are going to be up in the championship points here. So that's two top stars here. So Josh has gone down to the apron. Oh, he just came straight up into him. So yeah, that's a bit of an error on Josh's behalf there.
Yeah, bit of an error there, and one of those things that you've got to be so careful of, and it's so easy to do. Let's see if we can jump back to that one again. Just have another look at that incident.
Yeah, if you can get the replay up. I mean, Pearson is sitting mid-track on the exit of that dog leg. So Josh is probably, in his mind, thinking that he's going to be, as you can see in the replay there, hard on the inside fence there. But Pearson sits sitting mid-track there. So Josh is probably coming through there thinking he's about higher, whereas he's right behind JCW there. So it's probably more of a clumsy thing, and Josh sort of probably assumed that 9 would be higher up, but makes contact nevertheless.
Yeah, it's an easy mistake to make sometimes, and if a spotter doesn't call it in time, you can easily make that mistake. But a little bit of a clumsy move there, not something we're used to seeing from Josh Mickelmore.
No, that's exactly right, and so that's why I sort of questioned it. That I think he's just sort of more probably thought Pearson was going to be a bit higher there, because Josh is not the top person that gets into many wrecks at all. So yeah, but it is what it is. So now we've got to face the music, and he's going to have to come up from the back of the field. He'll have a little bit of damage, but I think Neil Pearson's going to come worse off in that one.
Yeah, he did take a bit of a heavy whack into the wall there, Neil Pearson. So we'll have to see how his car is doing. I'll actually find him on my screen. Let's see if I can actually jump over to him eventually.
Yeah, he's just in the pit now. I've got him on my screen here. He's got a fair bit of damage in that left rear, so he'll get repaired. It is Phoenix. It won't be ideal, but I'd say he'll get it repaired throughout the race.
Yeah, it's not a fun place to have some serious damage, and especially if you get that damage on the front of the car, it can really, if you get that damage on the engine, it can be much worse, because cooling can be an issue here, but it looks to be mainly the back end that suffered for him. So hopefully he will be okay for the front and won't have too much of ill effect for that car.
Yeah, so we've got a few fast drivers going to be at the back at the end of this field now, working their way through this traffic. Remember, it's a 42-car grid. That's huge for Phoenix, so they're going to be working their way back through this field.
Yeah, that's it, and as I say, championship implications there as well. So you've got some drivers that really are going to want to get a much better finish than that in the championship to keep themselves up there, and obviously there's still a long way to go in this season, but they're going to want to jump up there and keep themselves keep the points coming, because consistency is so vital in this modern era of cup racing.
Exactly right, and that's two of the highest point scorers so far this season. I believe even Pearson is the championship leader at the moment, so that's a big one for him. So we'll see how he comes back from that. See if he can get that car repaired up. But I can see we've got three. So Pearson has dropped the lap now, so there's 4 lap cars down. That being Pearson, Barry Neal, Aidan Schultz from his earlier spin, and Peter Gardner.
Yeah, well, that's it. Those two were the leaders. Pearson leading the championship with 156 points. Josh Micklemore in second with 151, and then Michael Scarlock with 139 points. So they are. It's going to even the playing field a fair bit tonight.
Yeah, there you go. So the top two just clashed on track. So and there's some heated words that we heard on the radio as well. So I don't know if this one's over yet.
No, that's the other thing. Is sometimes it's good just to take a deep breath. You have those words, get those words out of the way, and then swallow the pride afterwards. Because you can make up points from a position like this, but you can also lose many more as well.
Yeah, exactly right. Easy to make a fool of yourself.
That's it. Pace car peeling into the pit lane, and we're going to see Hamish Galaga lead away with Foster on the outside line.
As Hamish Galaga goes, gets the drops there, Hammer gets a good jump there. So we'll see if the 350 can do what Edward did to Skurlock, but doesn't seem Edward gets down there as we ride on board with Michael Skurlock and the Crank Esports Car 350 Chevrolet. He goes right down to the bottom of the dog leg. He's going to have Edward on the outside of him almost. No, he's not going to be up there far enough, but he does have the 35 car JCW on his outside right now.
Yeah, JCW making the move around the outside there, getting the move done. He's going to try and do the up and under on Foster now, just try and get underneath Foster and try and get another position made in the Natari Esports car there. Of course, JCW, the sort of satellite team of the SimShed team now, but different teams for those guys. And you've also got Jason Hardigan as well. He's working his way up the field, one to watch on these short tracks. One of those drivers that definitely has quite a lot of speed.
Yeah, definitely. And you've seen actually some breaking news during the week that Lachlan Okio has actually moved on to another team. As we get another yellow here, it seems to be further back in the field. I'm just going to see if I can find that for us. But it seems to be a fair way out the back there.
I'm trying to see. I've not got anything up. Possibly not seeing anything on my little doohickey that tells me what's going on. So we'll see if we can find out what happened there as the caution comes back out again here at Phoenix. But this is kind of what we expected tonight, unfortunately, just because it being such a tricky track to run on. It is one of those tracks that will catch you out very quickly, and obviously with the changes to the way the Cup cars run, it has sort of thrown a couple of people out a little bit tonight, I think.
Yeah, for sure, and with all due respect, because these cars are pretty hard to handle on this track, hopefully they just tidy up a little bit at the back there, and we can get some green flag running here, because no one wants to run half the race under the yellow flag.
No, that's it. It's very much the thing that we want as much green racing as possible, and as you say, these things are very hard to run on a track like this because, of course, they don't have the restrictors on. They are at their utmost power as well, so they've got a whopping a load of horsepower beneath them, and they can often get very loose and be tricky to drive off the corners.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. But no takers for the pits this time, boy. So I'd say it's more of it's more track position. I'd say there's a bit going on at the back of the field here.
Yeah, got a couple of slight moments there. A little bit of a moment for Ryan Ball just closing up a little bit quickly there. We'll jump back to the front there and keep an eye on all that's going on up there for everybody tonight.
Good news for Barry Neal, though. I just heard that he gets the lucky dog, so he will be coming by the field. And as I said, he was a lap down before, so he's going to get that back, and he will be back on the lead lap. So there's going to be opportunities for these guys to get back on the lead lap. They just got to keep their heads and keep plugging away. And yeah, as you can see, Barry Neal on the outside there going past the leaders now. But yeah, there's ample opportunity, I'd say, to get back on this lead lap. But yeah, you got to race smart, though.
Yeah, that's it. It's all about sort of just, it's almost about racing smart at the moment, not putting too much into the car. You just want to get the car towards that halfway point, get it further into the race, and then start thinking about all of the different strategies and options that you have as you get further into this race.
I'm just looking, we've got some guys in agreement. I might pull Mirko down and have a quick chat to him before we go back racing here.
Yeah, sure.
Mirko, you got us there, mate? Dave up in the booth.
Got you, Dave.
Hey, mate, how's it going out there, mate? There's a few heated tempers out there. How's your race panning out so far?
Oh, my race. Well, I've been trundling around the back, mate. I had an incident, I think turn 3, lap 1, where I got put in the wall. I'm just going through, getting me damage fixed, feeling lucky like we've had these cautions so I can get this fixed. But, yeah, not so good so far. But
Yeah, no, fair enough. I've seen you in the pits there, mate. How's the track handling? How's the car handling the track? Bit hot? Bit slippery?
yeah, that's all fine. That's all feels pretty good. But, yeah, just being a bit unlucky at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a big field to work your way back up through, but we thank you for popping in, mate. Have a good rest of the race. We might drop in a bit later, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Dave.
Okay, yeah, unfortunate. Victor Mirko not having the best of luck at the start of this season. We see Mirko can have, when his luck is good, it can be very, very good. But when his luck is bad, it is very, very bad sometimes.
Yeah, you're exactly right, mate. He is a good driver. He's got the skill to be up there, but yeah, sometimes he's just the wrong person. Like I said, sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windscreen.
That's it. It's never fun when you're in the windscreen. It's never a fun experience to have, and it's always the thing we don't want to have happen. But it does happen occasionally, and you just got to roll with the punches when it does, unfortunately. But pace car will be coming back in. Going to see Hamish Galaga up front with Edward Foster in the outside lane. JCW just behind him with Michael Skurlock in fourth. They're going to start backing up, and the green flag will come out. Hamish Gallagher will lead us away here back at Phoenix International Raceway for the ANZCAR Abruzzi Cup.
Yeah, good start for the 13 of Hamish Gallagher in the Toyota Camry. Josh Carroll Rodden drives in there a bit deeper. Oh, we've got a spin in the background. Someone's hard into that fence on the outside wall there. Would stay green for now. There's the yellow now, so there's a lot of cars back.
A lot of cars, a big incident now. Adam Roselle into the wall.
Wow.
So Norman Clark as well caught up in that. Let's see what we can catch with that incident there. So let's jump back and see what happened there. So Adam Roselle just gets caught underneath by the 35, I think the green car there. And then a lot of cars getting caught up in that accident, unfortunately. Just couldn't really go anywhere on that restart.
Yeah, absolutely. Not much space down there. As you can see a couple of the cars. Mirko sneaks through there. We're just talking to him, so he stays out of trouble. But I think I saw Aiden Schultz in there in the Mach 1 Esports car as well. So I'm not sure if he got any more damage, but yeah, a lot of damaged cars there, I'd say.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of cars down the back of the field with some serious damage to them. And you know, when you T-bone a car like that, obviously it causes an awful lot of damage to the front of the car. You get damage to the aero, the engine, and everything, and it's never fun when that happens.
Yeah, exactly right. Where's Mirko out of track? I was going to drag him down since we've got another caution. We're going to have plenty of time here. If he's out on the track and he doesn't come to pit, we'll drag him down just see if he got through that unscathed. He does that damage on the right front guard. He stays out, so I'm going to drag him down. We'll just see how he managed to get his way through there.
Whether he wants to or not, we're going to drag Mirko down.
Exactly right. We've got so many yellows, mate. Keep him entertained as well as us. So, Mirko, mate, how'd you get through that one?
Just hit the brakes, mate, and did 20 k's an hour and trundled through.
Oh, mate, yeah. We're talking about your luck. You got to buy your luck here by the looks of it. But yeah, a few incidents creeping in this. Yeah, a lot of cars lucky to get through there, and we saw you sneaking through there on your own there, mate. So good job there. No more damage, I guess.
No, I just got it all fixed as well. So I'm really trying to keep it clean from now on.
Yeah, nice. And from where there you go. You see, got you on the replay sneaking through there. And now when you say it's fixed, I'm looking at your right front guard, mate. She is torn up, so it's as fixed as it can be, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all the optional's been done, mate. Yeah.
That's it. No, fair enough, mate. Oh well, that's the cars you got, mate. You got to run with it, I suppose, eh?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I can't see through the windshield, so placebo effect.
Yeah, nice. All good, mate. Well, we'll chuck you back up there. Just thought we'd drag you in because you were sort of half involved in that one, mate. Thanks for dropping in.
No worries.
Thanks, Mirko. Yeah, it's that thing of, you know, when the mechanic says, "Yep, everything's fixed," you feel so much better. You go out there, you put your foot down, and all of a sudden you're 50 kilometres an hour slower than the cars around you, and you go, "Well, I thought it was fixed." But it is one of those little things that you feel like everything's put back together and you feel so much better about the car. And then somebody comes along and ruins your day and says it looks like a dog's dinner at the front.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm not sure how he took that. He might have been offended, but either way, it is what it is, and it doesn't look that good. So that won't help at all. It'll give a bit of tyre wear on that right up front as well. But I did hear the word go out. The race control wants these guys to tidy it up a bit and try and get some green flag running. So yeah, hopefully these guys can understand what's required to get these cars around here and keep them clean.
Yeah, that's it. It is one of those tricky things, as we say, and we say it every time we get some cautions, quite a few cautions at a race. It is a hard thing to do driving these cars. You know, this kind of oval as well. Phoenix is one of those weird ovals with that little dogleg in it. It does throw you out a little bit, and the tyre wear and tyre temperatures can really catch you out here. So, you know, it's easier said than done, but obviously take that breath, try and go a little bit slower, don't push it too hard, don't push your luck, and then just get a little bit further into the run, get some green flag running, and you eventually get your pace built up and get your confidence back in the car.
Yeah, that's right. Usually you can just weed them out, so eventually you go green running, but yeah, hopefully that's sooner rather than later.
As the pace car peels back into pit lane, and we're going to have Hamish Galaga leading away with Edward Foster on the outside. We've said that a few times, as you just see there, Jason Hardigan just getting very close to the back of Jason Martin there. They're all the way cleanly at the front at the moment. And it looks like Gallagher has got another storming start there, but Foster's trying to keep him as honest as possible.
Yeah, Gallagher left a little later there, and Foster was a lot closer. They were all a lot closer on the restart, but that fresh air, no dirty air on the nose, he can sort of get his head down and move on now as Edward. And he's got JCW behind him on the inside of Skurlock at the moment, battling for third.
It looks like Skurlock just getting squeezed a little bit high there and just losing a little bit of pace as Jason Martin comes flying down the inside there on a very good run there on Damon Stockton as well.
Yeah, so remembering Damon Stockton last time he was out, he races very hard, banged a lot of doors, ruffled a few feathers, so we'll see how it goes. Skurlock is sort of half blocking as Damon looks down the inside. It's going to tighten up there. Skurlock should get it. Oh, Skurlock gets loose, so that might give Stockton the position there.
Yeah, and you can see Jason Martin pouncing on that opportunity as well. He was just waiting for an incident like that to happen. Martin, the sly old fox that he is, well, not that old, but sly fox that he is, just waiting for that little mistake, and he has pounced on that advantage. Stockton, though, being the winner out there, getting up ahead into fourth position.
Yeah, so just looking down through the field, so you got Chris Purnell coming on strong now in the 920, and the other Cranky Sports car right up behind his teammate Michael Skurlock, and he's got Jason Hardigan behind him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a... there's cranks everywhere at the moment. They're just cranking it. Sort of... They've had a very successful start to the season, really. You've got to say it with that team.
Oh, what's going around? Let's go. Sorry to cut over that. Stephen Williams has just gone around, I believe, right in front of the Cranky Sports car. It's Andrew Dyson. Sorry, correction. Andrew Dyson. Just out of four. As we're talking about the crank cars, Luke Trujillo was on his inside. I don't think there's contact. I think he just got loose. Yeah, he just got loose. Oh, and Trujillo did finish him off, but I think the 041 car was already on a half spin. So, yeah, it's all happening out there.
Yeah, it's been a tricky one tonight. There's been a lot of those little spins that just turn it into much bigger ones. Yeah,
absolutely. So there was not much in that at all. He just because he was a bit sideways, he come off the turn a little bit shallower, and he had, unfortunately, Luke Trujillo was up on the inside of him there. So not much fault, I would say, on Luke there at all. He was sort of just driving his line and probably just wasn't ready for the 041 to come down, and unfortunately finished him off.
Yeah, let's see if...
I'm just going to have a look where Raymond started. Raymond Yeager. So he started 32nd, and he's now scoring in 21. So he is slowly working his way forward. I'm not used to seeing Raymond that far down the field. He's come a long way, and he's just a good racer and good bloke as well to boot. So yeah, it's good to see him working his way forward.
Yeah, that's it. It's Reuben Phelps, veteran campaigner of the Cup Series as well. Nice to see him in the Activity Hub Bali team as well. Another team that have come in force this season. Just ahead of him, you can see Josh Mickelmore there recovering that car. He's up to 19th now, but you've got to say Reuben Phelps having a good run there. 12 positions gained so far. Dwayne Priest as well, another one of those drivers that's having a good start to the season for him. He's up there in 13th at the moment, gained 9 positions, but been having some strong races of late, Dwayne.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just having a look. As you can see, Aiden's running around the field at the moment. So Aiden Schultz is going to get his lap back here, and after that early incident, so he's going to be back on the lead lap. He can start the fight his way back up through the field here, as Scott Griffiths will be the next option, or Adam Rosell, but Neil Pearson is 2 laps down. So first car 2 laps down is Neil Pearson. So still out there. You can see he started 5th, currently scored 37th. So that's a big drop for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, a big shame. And as I say, he had a good race in the ARCA series. Not had the best luck this season for Aiden Schultz. Definitely would be one to agree that the luck hasn't been his way. But it is one of those things with motorsport. Sometimes you will have a bit of a down period where things just don't seem to go right, and you can't do anything right at all. And then all of a sudden, that will fade, and things will just go so much better for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Riley Curtis down there. I might just bring him up into the booth as soon as we've got more time here and have a quick chat to Riley, mate. Riley, Dave up in the booth, mate. You got us?
Yeah, gotcha, mate.
Mate, it's a bit slippery, a bit hectic out there at the moment. How are you managing the track conditions?
I'm just racing nice and easy at the moment. I haven't had too many dramas. Seems to be pretty free.
So started 12th, running 12th, so not too much movement there, but haven't had too much opportunity, I guess, to make any moves. So yeah, obviously just keeping your nose clean, no damage yet or anything?
No, completely clean. So I'm steady at the moment. I need to go. Get them tyres.
Yeah, perfect. What are you thinking strategy-wise? You're going to stay out and just keep this track position for now until you run out of fuel, basically?
I think that's what a lot of the field are going to do. Play the track position game. We're not wearing tyres out fast enough to warrant them just yet, so should be good.
All right, fair enough, mate. We'll let you get back to business as we're about to go green here.
Cheers, boys.
Aiden Schultz's teammate there as well, Riley Curtis in Rock 1 Esports team. Nice to have Riley back in the booth, it's been a while. But they're lining up 2 by 2 again. You've got Hamish Galaga ahead of the boss, we've said that a couple of times tonight. Joshua Carroll-Walden and now Damon Stockton in 4th position, so that's a little bit of a change from last time. But they're getting ready to roll here. Pace car is going to come in, and we're going to see Hamish Galaga lead us away once more. How will he go here? Again, he gets a good launch off the start. Another brilliant start for Hamish Galaga.
Yeah, great start there from the 13. We've got Edward Foster, we've got JCW fighting Stockton on his outside. We'll see if there's anything comes with that. You can see the 24 on the inside of the 920 of Chris Purnell back there. We've got another caution.
Another caution, unfortunately. See if
I'm hearing that possibly Neil Pearson is involved in this one again.
Quite a few cars there with some damage. See if we can find out what happened there. Not showing up on the screen, unfortunately, there. So, yes, sorry, missed that one. It looks like, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I don't think I can go back and see that one either. Let me have a quick look and I'll see if I can see anything break something down. But I know he was right at the tail end of the field, so might be a bit hard. Although, yeah, no, I've missed that one as well on my side. Looks like a banged up race car, so not a good night. When it's not going your way, it's not going your way, and sometimes you can lose your head in it, and unfortunately, continue to tumble down that order.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It just gets worse and worse and worse as the race goes on, doesn't it? And you just feel like everything is just falling apart for you. And yeah, a real shame there for Neil Pearson's had a really strong run at this start of the season. A little bit of bad luck in a couple of races, but this is definitely one of those races that is super bad luck for Pearson. It's now just keeping resilient, just keeping out there and just plugging away at it, I guess.
yeah, there's not much you can do. And you know what? Since around the caution, I can see Tristan Koch up in the booth there. So let's drag him down and get him in for a chat, see if he's available. Tristan, Dave up in the booth, mate. You got us?
Yeah, man.
Hey, mate. How's your race looking tonight, mate? Not much racing going on out there at the moment, but you keeping it clean?
They're keeping it clean and waving to the fans on the grandstands. Because
Yeah.
that's how it's been under yellow.
Yeah, unfortunately, mate, we feel the same up in the booth at the moment. But what's your sort of race strategy at the moment? Just going to stay out there and just keep running the fuel load down?
Absolutely. I think I could probably, if you asked everybody else here, I reckon they're all in the same boat at the moment.
Yeah, you might even get a whole bloody race with one tank of fuel here. But yeah, at least she's clean, mate. That's all you can hope for. And yeah, just keep trucking on, mate.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Tristan Koch there, nice to have him up in the booth. We don't get to speak to Tristan too often, but a stalwart campaigner of the Cup Series as well, one of those veteran drivers that has been plugging away for seasons and seasons and has had some good results over the years. The win hasn't come to him as of yet, but he's one of those drivers that is just always there up in the sort of top 20 area, lurking around in those higher spots of the field.
Yeah, absolutely, Carl. And look, mate, we'll give him a chance. We've got plenty of time, so we might as well get him up for a bit of an interview. And yeah, as I said, he's been around for a while, so good to see him still out here and in this race tonight.
That's it, and it's a big thing as well at the moment is getting those laps underway, of course, and counting down the laps as you go. That's one of the big things. As we're on lap 39 of 150, 111 laps remaining, of course, of this race. Sorry, we don't have the lap counter up. As I said, if you're joining us now, we do apologise for the slightly budget version of the stream tonight. It's the poverty stream tonight as we go, just on my channel because unfortunately JP is ill and we managed to get something together, which is the important thing.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. And you know what? The beauty of these yellows are I can check my multi on the footy at the moment. So I've got 3 out of 5 right. Although it's playing at home.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're absolutely focused on this race, Dave. It's what I love to hear. As the pace car comes in once again, Hamish Galaga just waiting till he drops the pedal. Where's he going to drop it? He drops it now, gets another good restart. He has been nailing them lap after lap for these restarts. Another good jump for Hamish Gallagher. You can see Joshua Carroll-Walden there also getting a good run on Foster, keeping David Stockton behind him. Jason Martin there fighting away as well.
Yeah, great start there. The guys are all down on that dog leg through there, so hopefully we can keep it clean, get a bit of single file running if it needs, you know. As we see that we get ourselves another yellow flag. I'm not sure where that one is. Oh, that's a big one back there.
Big incident. Justin Witcher involved in that accident, as well as Aidan Schultz.
Yeah, I can see the Mach 1 Esports car in there.
Looks like Justin Witcher's just sort of gone down a little bit and been caught by somebody, and then a whole heap of cars have come into that caution, and a big incident there, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's no good, Carl. Yeah, I'm not sure how to break that one down, but either way, it was a mess.
Very much so. It's one of those nights tonight where we've been not having the best of restarts, and it's a lot of cars getting caught up in that as well. You can see there, unfortunately, I do apologise, I don't have all the cars showing tonight. It was just I forgot to switch the setting over before I started, but a lot of cars getting caught up in that as well, and a good load of vehicles getting quite a lot of damage from that. Looks like possibly Aidan Schultz was relatively clean from that. He seems to be one of the cars with the least amount of damage, but there are some very second-hand looking cars down there at the back of the field now.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of them cars need to be put behind the wall, I'd say. But see, the 52 got a big T-bone from the 9, so I don't know whether that was from a previous incident, but it sort of looked like he lined him up there, Neil Pearson. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, we've got another lucky dog rolling around. I suppose that's the most exciting thing at the moment is our lucky dog. Let's give Billy Hickey a shout out.
Yeah,
he's the only one doing some race speed at the moment. I don't know what else to say, mate. So let's enjoy this lap.
We get to enjoy one lap under some form of race speed at least. If we can get one lap, it will be fine.
That's it, mate. You got to have a bit of a laugh, otherwise what's the point of doing it, mate? You know, eh?
Oh, you do end up in tears or drinking a lot of alcohol as well. That's the other
Oh,
option.
Riley's going to race him here. You can see Riley coming out of the pits. He's racing him down into turn 3 here. Gets a good run up on the inside. He gets the job done on the yellow. Well done.
We actually got some racing. Even better. But yeah, that's the thing as well. We've got a lot of cars just jumping into pit lane, just jumping through pit lane. The leaders all stayed out, I think, so they're all just sticking out. The majority of people are sticking out there and going for that longer strategy. But a couple of people are rolling the dice coming into pit lane. A fair few people, of course, getting some repairs done as well, which is, pretty much needed at this stage of the races. There are quite a few cars that have some quite substantial damage to them now.
Yeah. Being Phoenix, not going to have too much effect, mainly on tyres. So, but at this rate, they're not really using their tyres. Actually, I wonder if we can get a number on how many laps we've done under caution so far, but I reckon it's going to outweigh our green flag laps at the moment. I reckon we've probably got about 12 green flag laps, 12 green flag laps, and we're up to lap 42 at the moment, so not good.
Yeah, there's been a fair few cautions out there tonight, unfortunately, and as you say, most of the laps have been under caution flags tonight, which is not what we want to see. Not one of those things we ever want to see in racing, but unfortunately sometimes you just have things like that happen, and when they do, it can be very frustrating, and those drivers up the front are all going to be raring to go, basically, all wanting to actually get this race running green and get some good laps underneath them. But as you get this stop-start situation, more and more people start getting annoyed and getting frustrated at this, and you do tend to get a few more incidents happening as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'd be lying if I said I was shocked that we're having this many yellows, but yeah, I was sort of prepared for it to an extent. As we're about to go green, hopefully for a few more laps, let's try and work on 5 laps here, small steps, but Hamish Galaga in the 13, about to take the green flag, and to go, he goes now, and Josh gets a good start behind him, so he's going to get a good run down on the 53 of Edward Foster here into turn 1.
Yeah, both of those cars actually get a good restart this time. Gallagher just not quite getting his foot to the floor quick enough and losing a little bit on that restart. You can see them just all swarming across the infield there on that dogleg, which is absolutely allowed at Phoenix. Just a little bit further back, you've got the 920 of Chris Purnell just dropping back a little bit, but on the front. Foster,
yeah, sorry. The 13 just got a little bit loose out of turn 4 there, and just giving the 53 of Edward Foster a sniff out on the outside here, getting nice and close as the Crank Esports cars are sort of stumbling back over there at the back, and I think Chris Purnell's going to get the job done on Skurlock at the moment. But Hamish Gallagher right down and low on that dog leg and gets back up. He's going to be clear here, so Edward Foster's going to be still trying to work that outside, but might have to just sneak in behind him for now.
Well, that's it. And with cautions at the moment, you'll probably get some good bonus points out there if you manage to get in the lead, because you can sit there for quite a few laps.
Yeah, absolutely. All you got to do is lead a lap and you'll get a bonus point here, as we see Pearson and Aidan Schultz leaving the pit at the same time there. That could be trouble. But Pearson may end up with a penalty because he went above that yellow line, so it might even get worse for him tonight. But he's going to come right back out in this lead pack, and hopefully he's just going to let them guys go past and get on with their race.
Yeah, that's it. That car is not looking in pristine condition. Missing a lot of the front end. You see Michael Scott just getting underneath and passing right now. Danny G there as well. I thought it was Hamish Gallagher for a second with Aidan Schultz. Very similar paint schemes.
Yeah, the front red, yep.
That's it. No Taylor Swift on the car, so that was the giveaway.
Oh, absolutely. Hamish loves his Taylor Swift, and why not, mate? It's his car. He can have whatever he wants on it.
That's it. You can have it whatever he wants as long as it's broadcast friendly. That's what we say.
Bit of T Swift Thursdays, mate, maybe, eh?
Well, he's been representing her with some serious skills.
Oh, the Cranky Sports cars into the fence!
It's the 920
920. 920 of Chris Purnell puts Damon Stockton hard into the fence. He only got loose and unfortunately just went up the track, but we stayed green.
We do, yeah. Damon Stockton managing to get back with that. Oh, he's gone up into the 83, and we're going to get a caution here.
Oh, Stockton, has he lost?
Tristan Koch and Matthew Raymond involved in that as well. So let's try and see what happened there. We'll jump back a little bit. So this is Stockton recovering here. The 83 on the outside there. He's just lost it going into that corner. Just understeers right up into the 83's path, and a lot of cars getting caught up in that incident, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a strange one. So just getting another replay here. So he's just coming down into turn 3 and then just, I don't know whether he just overcooked it, but the other cars were catching him. It was almost like he had a right front go down, but that is impossible. Well, it's not, but it is. But maybe he had something wrong with the steering. But either way, he's gone straight on there, and unfortunately taking Matty Reuben out with him. And Tristan Koch, who was we were talking to earlier, just trying to bide his time and stay clean, and now he's involved.
He is involved. It looks like he managed to slam the brakes on before he got too much damage on the front of that car, though. We'll try and jump back to Koch and see, just get a better look at that car. Because it looks like he managed to get the brakes on just in time with that one. Let's see if we can actually see that from Koch's position there. So on board with Tristan Koch here, and you can just see that car's gone in there. Tristan's managed to get the brakes done and actually avoided that incident extremely well there.
Done a real good job there, Tristan. Good head on shoulders there, mate. But gets it pulled up. A little bit of contact with the outside wall, but the odd incident was with the 920 and Damon Stockton coming off one. So the 920 gets a bit loose. There is a bit of net code involved in there, and it just jams Damon Stockton straight into the outside wall. Denny G got involved actually. He actually ran into the back of Stockton. So the 24 of Daniel Grzelskovic, who's on the pit now, so he's got a bit of damage he's going to have to get repaired. So yeah, that was more at the front of the field than the back of the field tonight.
Yeah,
that incident.
Just showing that there's nowhere safe at the moment. It is it's treacherous conditions out there, and it is definitely not looking like it's a easy car to drive on this track.
No, definitely not. And well, once again we're under caution.
Yeah, back under caution again. You get to.
Sorry, I was looking at something else there.
You know, it's what we love sometimes. We love technical issues and we love lots of cautions, and we're getting all of that tonight. So
absolutely,
we cannot ask for more.
Let's bring Tristan down and congratulate him on pulling up there. Let's bring him down and have a see how he went. Tristan, mate, we got you back in the booth, mate. How did you escape out of that one, mate?
I let go of the wheel, I prayed, and yeah, I don't know what happened there. Looks like someone's steering broke and just drove the other guy straight into the wall.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we saw on our side of it too. It looked exactly like that, and yeah, good job getting pulled up there, mate. Must have been a bit hairy for you.
Yeah, just another brown stain moment.
Have you thought about buying a lottery ticket tonight, Tristan?
The way I'm going, and with all these yellow flags, I think that's a good idea.
I'll tell you what, you might have enough time to rip down to the shop and grab one and get back before we go green again. Anyway.
Yeah, the way we're going. Oh my goodness.
Fair enough. I just wanted to check in, mate, and yeah, just to see how you went with that one. But we'll let you get back to business, mate.
Chief, thank you.
Thanks to all the drivers coming up and joining us in this for a quick chat. And thanks to everybody jumping onto the stream as well. Let me know in the comments if there is any trouble. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything as I go. Doing about 70 tasks at once tonight, which is always fun. But the pace car's lights have gone out again. Hamish Galaga is going to get a repeat of that restart with Edward Foster and JCW behind her. But now Jason Martin has joined the pack.
Yep, so I think Hamish has led every single lap here so far. Not many green, but plenty of yellow laps as well. But either way, he's at the point.
Yeah, he's been leading from start to finish so far, not put a foot wrong. That last restart was a little bit slow, but he still kept it up there, and this time he's done a lot better, getting a good jump on Foster and JCW.
Yeah, smash him on that restart as the 35 gets a little bit of squirmy, but keeps it under control there. Looking fairly clean throughout the field from my point of view as they go straight down into that dog leg, use as much as they can down into turn 3 here.
Jason Martin just taking a little bite out of the wall there on the restart just as they went through the dog leg, so just a tiny scrape into the wall shouldn't cause too much hassle to that car, just a bit of a scrape on the purple paint job of Jason Martin.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to give a shout out here. I just saw him in the background. I haven't seen much up there tonight. Is Reuben Phelps. He's worked his way up from 19th to 8th and looking to possibly put a move on the inside of the 920 of Chris Purnell at the moment.
Yeah, good drive again from Reuben Phelps. He's been one of those star drivers in the series, one of those rookies that has really been coming up on fires. Oh, JCW, Josh Garrett just gets a little bit looser on the exit, manages to catch it and not get into Jason Martin, but that's going to give Jason Martin the opportunity to get a bit of a run here, and his teammate of Jason Hardigan as well has got all the Jasons on him at the moment.
Yeah, he certainly does, mate. He's in a Jason sandwich now, but yeah, Josh will get back in his rhythm here and get his head down. So he's just dropped a spot there. So back into fourth, still doing a good job, and Jason Hardigan doing a great job up there in fifth as well.
Yeah, Hardigan, we've seen not have the best start to the season, but once we get to those road courses, watch out for Jason Hardigan. He is one of those drivers that can excel on those street circuits.
Yeah, absolutely. And another guy I'm just keeping an eye on, we got Wayne Priest, started 22nd, he's up to 11th. Cade Donnelly started 25th, up to 13th. And Gary Wellman, as we saw, do some good driving avoidance action there earlier from 26th up to 14th on the grid.
Yeah, that's it. Cade Donnelly coming back this week and having a good run up there. And a lot of his teammates around him as well with Gary Wellman, so good job. Lachlan Urquio there.
Got another wreck. We got a yellow. I believe it's Phil Otto was he was near the incident, I can tell you that much. It was Phil Otto, actually. I'm just looking at him, he's got no front end in that car, so unfortunate for him, he may have just called his own wreck.
See if we can jump back and see what happened to that one. Might not be able to grab that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I missed it on mine, but yeah, I just heard him jump on the radio, giving a warning to the guy, so it might have been just a single car spin there for, actually you can see Ryan Bull was involved, so he might have already have previous damage from a previous crash, so he might have just saw it up front, so good heads up from driving from Phil, just to let everyone know that there's a bit of an incident up front, which is always nice.
Well, it's something you have to do, especially on the front straight here, because it's not the widest of straights. The concrete barriers do come in pretty close here, and you can get boxed up pretty quickly, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. So there's no escaping anything down the front straight. So if they pile up, as we see, I think that might be Chris Purnell coming down the pit lane. So that's a Cranky Sports and Reuben Phelps. So a couple of guys thinking, this is the opportunity. They're going to take some fuel and see how it plays out. I'm just going to confirm that, yeah, it is Chris Purnell and Reuben Phelps.
Got Devon Stove and Danny G as well, also in the pit lane. But Chris Purnell is going to be the interesting one to watch here, because he's going to have those fresh tyres coming out. He's got that bit of damage on the front of that car from that earlier incident as well. So I imagine he's going to get some repairs done to that too, and get back out there. But you see quite a few cars coming in now. You've got Danny G and Phil Otto there as well, I think.
That's Dyson, I think.
That's
041,
Dyson, yeah.
I think probably that's Dyson.
Yeah, Dyson, sorry.
It was a very good road race, actually, as a matter of fact, so I've seen during the week. So keep an eye out for him on the road track, on the road courses.
Yeah, that's it. There's some real ringers for the road courses when they come in. The DPR Simrix cars, I think most of them are missing their nose right now, unfortunately. So not having a great night for that team, and not a great night to be the front sponsor of that car.
No, definitely not, especially if you're on the front bumper. But yeah, I'd say Chris will get that tidied up a bit there. Some of those guys just getting some damage repaired. Only a few cars came out, so they might as well just get what they can and jump back out behind the train here, unfortunately. And eventually, most of the field will stop. I don't think you're going to get to the end, but you may get to the end by the day on a tank of fuel, depending on yellows.
Well, we did see Luke Trahir making a brilliant run in the truck series at the race at Bristol a couple of weeks back, managing to go throughout the race without stopping once. So it's not unheard of. It's going to be hard though, especially with these cup cars, because they do like to guzzle their fuel.
Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, the more yellows, unfortunately for us, but it'll save you fuel a lot when you're not driving fast.
Oh, that's it. And it's. I know I say it a lot, and it's one of those things that many commentators in motorsport say, but cautions do breed cautions, unfortunately. And when you've got sort of cautions like this, where people are on some tyres that are getting towards getting a little bit worn out, they're not completely dull and dead yet, but they start getting a little bit worn, and you start with those restarts with the tyre pressures dropping because you're under pace car conditions. It can be pretty tricky.
Yeah, and it's the track too. Phoenix, the layout for whatever reason does breed a lot of cautions, as you put it, and unfortunately it is what it is. But we always seem to have that no matter what series it's, whether it's league racing, hosted racing, or official stuff. So it just seems to exaggerate the cautions, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks where you know, when things go wrong, they go very, very wrong, unfortunately, and it's never fun to have happen. But we'll jump on board with Hamish Galaga here, as we see him at the restart here. He's going to get the pace car coming in. We'll get a bird's eye view from him this time round. He drops the pedal nice and early, gets a good restart there from Hamish Galaga.
Yeah, great start there. As you, that's the new pace car as well, as that iRacing brought up in this update. So I haven't seen that before, so that was good to see. We're using the new pace car. We'll be able to have a look at that under caution, as Jason Martin has jumped up into P2 for now, and so he's moved forward a little bit here. Edwards just dropped back, and he's got Josh Carroll and his Natari Autosports teammate 51 behind him.
Yeah, Jason Martin getting a good run there. He's getting a good run on Hamish Gallagher right now as well.
Ooh, 350 has got deep down into turn 1 there. He's high up on the track. He's going to lose a spot there, but yeah, he might have just missed his braking marker there, which is easy to do.
Yeah, it is one of those things that can really catch you out, and catches you out quite quickly here too. When you miss that braking marker, you have that moment of, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. You slam on the brakes, and sometimes you do it a little bit too hard, and everything goes very wrong for you. The front of the field is starting to go in that single file formation at the moment, just getting settled into the race, but Jason Martin seems to have a little bit of pace under that car.
Yes, it does. Excuse me. As yeah, the field looks to be settling down. I don't touch wood. I don't want to bloody jinx it here, but yeah, it looks like they might have settled down a little bit here. We've got a DPR car out the outside. Stephen Williams. He's a good racer. Ooh, almost making contact with the outside fence there. Having a look on the inside, Lachlan Urquio, who is yeah, with that new team. It's ANZCAR or something like that. I can't remember the exact, but yeah, he's moved over from the Natari Autosports team to that team.
Yeah, new team in the series, the ANZCAR esports team. So bit of a shock move there for Lockie, jumping out of the JP Simshed team, but having a very good season in the ARCA series so far. He has won almost every race bar 2 this season, but having a good run up there. Josh Mickelmore going very hard on Jason Hardigan at the moment at the front as well. There is some serious battling starting to happen now as people are starting to get into a bit of a rhythm.
That's it, mate. That's all we need to do is get into a bit of a rhythm here. We've got Stephen Williams looking on the outside of Lockie Yu out of turn 4 as well. Trying to make that pass. Lockie just gets a little bit squirrely, and Stephen Williams trying to make that pass. Lachlan breaks earlier than the 98, and you've got Reuben Phelps actually coming back on those fresher tyres, right behind Lockie in the 42. So Reuben working his way back up to the field after taking his service. Currently 16th, so at the moment working out all right for him. Working his way back up through there as he goes on the inside of the 42 now.
Definitely one of those cars to watch out for, Reuben Phelps being on those fresher tyres. He might be able to make a bit of a run here. If we get a nice long green period, it could be a good position for Phelps. Also Chris Purnell as well. Did a bit of damage to that car, but he could start running his way up the field too.
Yeah, that's right. So hopefully he got that all fixed up, or as much as he can, I suppose, and he can start working his way back through, as you said. But you've got the 2 Mitch cars out front, so the 21, the purple rig of Jason Martin, is starting to hunt down to 13. Is going to put some pressure on him, as seen in the background. Riley Curtis is loose in the 1. He's going to save. He's got Reuben Phelps. They're going to continue there. He just got a little bit loose through 1, so he's lost a lot of momentum off there. Stephen Williams looking to go around the outside, but yeah, first time tonight that Hamish Galaga is going to look challenged here, and it's coming from the heat of his teammate.
It is, yeah. Reuben Phelps just coming up to past Kay Donnelly there now as well. So it's just keeping an eye on all of the different action going on. Usually we have 2 sets of commentators talking and watching their own little bits of racing. Unfortunately, I'm sort of doing the cameras and the talking tonight, so we only have one eye, and that's Dave Douglas. Thank you for keeping an eye out on everything. But we've got some. At last, we've got some good racing out there, and yeah, Reuben Phelps is setting some good times at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, and it feels good to be watching cars go fast at the moment, Carl, because I can tell you what, there's nothing worse than being under caution, as the 350 is putting pressure on the 31 of Josh Mickelmore at the moment, down through turn 1. Yeah, about to go through the dog leg there. As you can see, Cade got Reuben Phelps underneath at the moment on those fresher tyres. Oh, there's this contact!
Big hit there from Reuben Phelps into Kay Donnelly. Has he managed to pull it up? Yes, he has. and we've remained green with that one, but big side swipe there for Reuben Phelps. That was a big moment.
Yeah, that's an absolute shame for Reuben. He was looking strong there, and he's come back up. And for some reason, the 40 was just running that yellow line. Like, I mean, he goes down. You still got to leave room for your competitor, but didn't leave him any room basically to come back up. So Reuben's made contact. You run that risk, unfortunately, if you're going to run the car on the inside that low. So there's a few words being spread out there, but I'm gonna lay blame on the 40 there. You've got to give him some room there.
That's it. Got to give racing room, and when a car's got fresh tyres like that as well, they're going to have so much more grip underneath you. They're going to be able to take some unusual lines. It's definitely one of those things that you do get thrown out a little bit on when cars are racing back up through the pack, of course.
Yeah, that's right. And I was about to actually say that the 40 should just let him get cleared by the Kate Donnelly car, as he was on different rubber, and he would have had no issues there. But unfortunately, they chose to race, and it's ended poorly.
That's right now. Danny G is on the outside of Kate Donnelly there, with Stephen Williams coming up behind him as well. So yeah, Kate Donnelly getting a big hit. Good job keeping those cars going straight though, and not binning them into the wall. So good. Good job saving those vehicles and keeping us under green flag racing though.
Keep an eye on us, because you got Reuben Phelps ranging back up, so he's only two more cars behind, well, one more car behind the 40 of Kate Donnelly at the moment. So see if anything transpires as he goes to look to go underneath Barry Neal by the looks of it, and now he's got the 40 in his sight. So we'll just keep an eye on this and see if anything eventuates. But as I said, there were some heated words over the radio. A bit of damage, I reckon, for the Reuben Phelps, unfortunately, there on the inside wall, but did, as you said, a good job of pulling it up.
Yeah, that's it, and it looks like it was a fairly, well, not exactly a clean hit, but it was a fairly side-heavy hit, so hopefully it wouldn't cause too much damage to either car there, but it does unsettle the vehicle for a few laps and make everything a little bit trickier as we're on board with Reuben Phelps.
Yeah, absolutely. As he ranges up on the back of the 40 here, we'll see if there's anything comes from this, whether he gives him a bit of a hello and welcome. Oh, as the 40's going to get loose here, he holds it. Oh, geez, I tell you what, they're both going to lose positions here. It's, Barry Neal goes right around the outside of the pair of them. So they're feeling each other out here, but nothing comes of it. And the 40's about to go a few more positions backwards here as the 920 ranges up on the back of the 40 at the moment.
Yeah, that's it. They both had a big moment there, and it was definitely a tank slapper for both of them. But Kate Donnelly had the worst of that. But Reuben Phelps managed to get the car back under traction, get it back working as well for him. He's managed to start running down there. Norman Clark now fighting with Donnelly there. Nice to have Norman back in the pack. Good to see Norman out there.
Good to see him back out here racing, right on the bumper over there. But it's the lap traffic up ahead of the leaders here, so they're starting to get into lap traffic now. We've had a good chunk of green flag racing. We just crossed the halfway by 4 laps. So yeah, we've still got the bunch of cars out front, but yeah, starting to get some good racing and a few cars up ahead.
Yeah, that's it. Now comes the hard part of trying to work out exactly where to keep an eye on everything. But up front, though, you can see those lap cars are just starting to cause a little bit of a break in the pack. They're starting to cause a little bit of momentum shift as they go through here. So we'll keep an eye on this front battle at the moment. As you can see, Jason Martin is right underneath his teammate there of Hamish Galaga.
Yeah, and keep in mind that these lap cars do not have to move out of the road. It's nice if they do, and some drivers do, but by no means do they have to.
And that's it. When you're battling to keep on the lead lap, you are battling for race position, and you're battling to keep in the race as well sometimes. And the whole thing about oval racing is it is very different in that respect. And you sometimes see some drivers, they battle for that lead position, that lead lap, just to stay on it, and it can really pay dividends later in the race for them, and comes off paying off very well for them. And then sometimes not so much. You end up with a almighty incident at the front of the pack.
Yeah, definitely. Now, if we stay green here, and I can't see it happening, but if we do, you got to remember those